Good morning, everybody. It's so good to look out and see your beautiful faces. I've been seeing you for a month, but in a different way, This is really good. Albert Einstein, one of my favorite guys. Yours too? Albie, huh? Oh, Albie. Albert Einstein said that the most important question that a human being can ask is the universe friendly? Okay? May not sound like much of a question until you begin to realize that your answer is going to determine your life experience. I mean, it's a profound question once you begin to recognize the meaning, all that's involved in that question. See, because your answer is going to color your perception. And your perception is the lens through which you not only live your life, but it's also the lens that we're experiencing life through. So that answer that we give to that question is going to color our perception. So if I see the universe as hostile, okay, that the most important thing that I'm going to be doing in this universe is watching my back. And I'm going to spend all day, all night watching my back. And when I'm feeling that way, I'm going to be on edge all the time. All the time, I'm on edge because I don't know what's coming next. I'm going to be unable to relax and enjoy life. I'm going to always be waiting for the other shoe to drop. Always looking for that hidden problem, not realizing that just the belief that there is a hidden problem mandates that one show up. And never really allowing myself to be present, and enjoying the present moment. That's what comes from a belief in a hostile universe, a universe of separation, a universe where something could be withheld from us. Whereas if I see the universe as a friendly place, I'm going to move through life excited. Not anxious, but excited, in anticipation of something good and wonderful coming through my life. Yeah, because I know that I'm loved and I'm completely supported. That's what comes from a belief in a universe that's a friendly place. I'm loved, I'm supported. I'm expecting my desires and my words to become manifest because I know I'm loved and supported. I'm not expecting problems. I'm expecting answers to the situations that show up in my life. I'm expecting things to turn out well. So I want you to just think about what I just said and then ask yourself the question Albert Einstein asked all of us. Do we believe the universe is friendly? Because our answers are going to determine what type of life we're living right now. What does life feel like for you right now? So it's a simple question with profound implications, isn't it? Now, I happen to believe that the universe is friendly. But I have to be honest with you, I didn't always believe that. And when I didn't believe it was friendly, I did not expect it to support me. And when I didn't expect for it to support me, you know what? I had all these walls that I put up all around my world to keep things out, to keep me safe. All kinds of walls. Walls that were protecting me from all kinds of powers, because when I didn't believe in a friendly universe, I thought that there were all kinds of powers here. I thought there was more than one. That's that old paradigm that I had to let go of. But when I began to shift into a belief in a universe of oneness, an interesting thing happened. There was an automatic shift that took place that accompanied that new belief. A shift in my consciousness that took place. It took me into a realization of a friendly, loving, supporting universe. Just in shifting from a duality to an awareness of oneness, to the realization that there is nothing but God. So the interesting thing that happened when I shifted into that awareness of oneness is, well, I haven't totally shifted, but when I began to make that shift, an interesting thing took place, because I began to look for my teachers. If we're totally supported, then I want to recognize that no matter where I am, no matter how things are going in my life, I have to be in the midst of a teacher. There has to be a teacher present. If things are going really well, there's going to be a teacher present that's going to be showing me how they can get even better. And if things are going not so good in the moment, there's going to be a teacher present that's going to show me how to move from where I am to where I want to be. Because I'm supported. And I know I'm supported. And when you know you're supported, you begin to look for your teachers in every situation that you're moving through, no matter what that situation is. There's a teacher here. So our teachers tend to be people, places, and even things. Sometimes those teachers communicate with words. Sometimes they're experiences that we have, and they're so exaggerated that you can't miss them. Yeah. Okay? And sometimes they're silent teachers with very subtle messages. So since our teachers can be visible, audible, and silent, the most important thing that we can learn to do as we're moving through the experiences in our lives is to pay attention to how we feel. Pay attention to how we feel as we're moving through our experiences. See, because our feelings are our greatest teachers. They're going to tell you what you feel. They're going to tell you how you're feeling. Now, you can deny them. You can put walls up around them, but they're going to tell you how you're feeling in that moment. And they're going to tell you what you really believe, even if what you believe isn't popular. So my topic this morning is prosperity lessons from Thanksgiving dinner. And Thanksgiving dinner was a teacher for me. A teacher for me. See, over the years, I learned a great deal about my capacity for prosperity from Thanksgiving and other holiday dinners. That's how I began to see how I was feeling about prosperity. See, my mother didn't prepare holiday dinners. My mother prepared holiday feasts, always. Every holiday, there was the turkey and the dressing. But not just dressing, there was regular dressing, oyster dressing, and sausage dressing. Okay? There was the ham and the potato salad, the peppered steak and rice, the macaroni and cheese and the candied sweet potatoes, and the gravy. Oh, the gravy. Oh, Oh my God, the gravy. Okay, come back, Dar. The green beans, the broccoli, the asparagus, and the rolls. The rolls just lit up the house. Okay, it was wonderful. And then, but she wasn't finished. Okay, the cranberries, the beets, the pickles, the olives, the sweet potato pies, the chocolate cake, the cherry cheesecake, the banana pudding. All 4 burners on 2 ovens, and 2 ovens were constantly going in the kitchen. And all 4 burners and 2 ovens were constantly going on the stove in the utility room. And the aromas filled the whole house. I mean, you're going through the day. It's noon, and you're going, how long are we going to have to wait? When is 4:30 going to get here? You know? And then something wouldn't be done at 4:30, and they'd push dinner back to 5, okay? Oh, God. It's driving you crazy because the whole house is just full of these wonderful smells, okay? And then the time would finally come, when my mother would call everybody to the table. Dinner's on the table. And we'd drop everything. And she insisted on serving it herself. So we'd go and we'd sit down and we'd wait for her to present what she had, every entree and every side dish. Okay? And there was more food on that table than there was space. And everything would just get pushed together so that everything could be on the table. And by the time that everything was on the table, the same thing would happen to me every year. Every year, before we said grace, before even one spoonful of anything was served, I would totally lose my appetite. Totally. It was gone. I mean, nothing. There was that feeling that I couldn't eat a thing. Not a thing. And I couldn't hurt my mother's feelings because, she's waiting to see how everybody's, enjoying this wonderful meal. And so I'd put a little bit of turkey on my plate and a little bit of dressing, and I'd have to force it down because I had no appetite. And talk about disappointing. I mean, this was a buildup and a total letdown. But there was just no room for it. Hear those words. There was no room for it. And it took me years to recognize that Thanksgiving dinner was one of my prosperity teachers. That the universe was giving me a lesson. Maybe not so much a lesson in prosperity, because I was becoming more and more and more aware of all that was here for me and for everyone else. But I finally realized that it was a lesson in receptivity. I knew there was good here, and yet I couldn't receive it. So sometimes we have that invisible limit that we know nothing. Sometimes we don't even recognize that it's there. Sometimes there's that invisible limit that says this much and no more. But our feelings tell us what's going on. My feelings were telling me, no, you cannot have this. My feelings were just barring the door. This good, this wonderful good, Dar, you can't have this. And what a great and wonderful lesson. So this is interesting, though, what I thought. All those years, my answer to what was going on was that my mother just cooked too much food. That's what I believed. Well, she just cooked so much food. If she didn't cook so much food, I could eat Thanksgiving dinner. But that was never really what was happening. What was happening was that there was too much there for me to receive. Now, I'm going to say that again. I want you to hear it. There was too much there for me to receive. My cup just wasn't big enough. So all those years of having that answer to what was going on was not what was really happening. See, to say that the universe, to say that my mother was preparing too much food is like saying that the universe has created too much good. You hear it? I didn't have to eat it all. But I had no room for any of it.